Hey guys, it's Nathara at CrowSong Lodge, and I'm still playing catch up on the 31 Days of Tarot Challenge from Ethony Dawn. And today I'm doing day 10, and it's the 14th, so I'm not too far behind. I'm doing pretty decent if I say so myself, which I do. And today we're talking about the tarot decks that I want to work more with in 2018. And so I definitely have some of those. Of course, I plan to work more with my Shadowscapes Tarot. Like I said in my video about the most work deck, that one's kind of my workhorse. That's one I use with my clients the most. But I do have some decks that I really want to get to know better and work a lot more with and kind of see where things go. And I just kicked my camera. Sorry about that. The first one on my list is the Steampunk Tarot. And a friend of mine actually got me this deck at the end of last year, and I haven't had a chance to play with it all that much, and I'm kind of bummed out about not doing so. Now this is the Steampunk Tarot by Barbara Moore. And Barbara Moore is a huge name in the tarot community. If you're not already familiar with her, she is just absolutely amazing and involved in so many projects. It's uncountable. And I use that word because my friend who got me this deck will probably not watch this video, but she just had like a mini rant on that word, so that's fun. The artwork though is really, really fantastic. I absolutely love steampunk, and it has been a hidden genre. It's been so minimized for so long, ever since I was a wee tiny gamer. And it's so nice to see it coming into the mainstream. But look at how stunning this artwork is. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, one of the reasons why I haven't had a chance, I haven't taken the time to really work with this deck a whole lot, is because I do really like to take the time to study the book that comes with the deck before I even start working with the deck at all, and I haven't had the time or focus in order to do that. This is such a fun picture. The Hanged Man, if you haven't seen my other videos, is one of my favorite cards in the deck, so I absolutely love this picture. Now, in addition to being really big on reading the books that come with the deck, my friend told me that this is an exceptionally good book, and there's a lot of nuance and insight into the cards that come with it. So I really, really don't want to start using the cards until I have a chance to devour this book. And the book is just, it's really, really nice. The print is nice and large without being ridiculously huge. And there's full-size pictures in here. I know a lot of people complain about like wasted space in books, but I like big, beautiful, fun books to look at. And she said just like the reading information and the insights in here were invaluable even if you don't use the deck. But the deck itself is gorgeous. And if you haven't seen the backs, they're absolutely fun too. So now do notice though that the backs are not totally symmetrical. So if that's going to be a big issue for you, then that is something that you might want to notice here. But as you've seen in my other videos, I'm pretty flexible about these things. Like, I can get in a snit over it sometimes because that's how I am as a person. But I can also make exceptions when I'm motivated to do so, and I pretty much am. So, whoops, lots of glare on the picture there. Isn't that fun? That's your Page of Swords there. It's such a great picture. Now, another one of the decks that I want to work more with this upcoming year is the Animal Wisdom Tarot. And again, I don't have that one with me. It's been really hard for me to use that one so far, simply because of the transition, because it does have its own unique naming system for the cards. And so remembering the equivalencies has been pretty difficult for me. But the last time I used it, I was kind of letting that go and going more with like the energy of the different animals and their kind of lessons that they bring to the table instead of going straight off the tarot card meanings, and that seemed to work a lot better. So I want to experiment more with that in the future. And then, of course, I've had the Thoth deck. A lot of people pronounce that Thoth, but I, to my chagrin, learned that it's properly pronounced Thoth a few months ago. If you follow me on Facebook, you got to experience my shock firsthand. But I do have Aleister Crowley's tote deck, and I have my mother's copy actually, and I have never really gotten a chance to look at or study it, and I think that's something that I want to do this year. I might not end up liking it. When I was younger, it really kind of, I really disliked the deck quite a lot, and I refused to look at it or have anything to do with it. But it's been a long time, so I think it would at least be a good idea for me to have some hands-on experience with the deck, especially since I own one. So that's something I definitely want to do. And then right before I moved and I was sorting my cards, I discovered this really old copy of the Ravenwood Tarot that my mother had. I don't have it with me, so I will try to find pictures and put it in here for you. But it's this really, really old limited edition tarot deck. The paper is not really that great, but that's because it's a black and white deck, and it was intended to be colored by the reader in their particular colors that they like, and used that way. But the imagery is really, really interesting. About half the cards I really, really love. The pictures are super simple and really fantastic. And the other half are just kind of like, what? So that's one I really want to play with more. Again, I'm not sure how much I'm going to end up liking it. I probably won't use it with clients at all, but I do want to be more familiar with the deck, and it's kind of a lot of fun. It's got a cool name like Ravenwood Tarot. I actually had to look it up online to even find out what the name was, because my mother did not save the boxes for her tarot cards. Which is actually a habit I ended up picking up. So most of my tarot cards also don't have their boxes, but at least I tried to save the little white book. So none of my tarot decks have boxes with them. Like, not the original boxes. So that's pretty weird. So yeah, so those are the tarot decks that I want to work with more in 2018, and why. And like I said, I'll include pictures here for you guys. So I'm really interested. I have a whole bunch of your videos about which ones you guys want to work with in my queue already, and so I'm super looking forward to seeing which ones those are. So again, this is Nathara at CrowSong Lodge, and I'm signing off. Bye guys!